Welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Tuesday here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Of course, let's head back home to, of course, going to our favourite city in Adelaide. Of course, being with our favourite Brighton Lacrosse club who pretty much clean swept everything. So we've got five very special guest stars right now to tell us all about it. Thanks all you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Now, I'll get each of you to introduce yourselves and tell us which Premiership teams did all you go compete in about a month ago.
My name's Emily and I was in the Div 1 team.
My name's Kate. I played in the State League women's side and coached the under 13 side.
My name's Lily and I played in the Div 1 and under 15s.
My name's Grace and I played in the Div 2 team.
And I'm PJ. I played in State League.
Tell us a bit about the amazing grand final day for your respective teams.
I mean, it was a really great experience. Grand final day is always one of the highlights of the year for us. It's something that we're working towards and thinking about all throughout the season. It's like the kind of culmination of all our efforts as a team. So it's really great to be on the field playing in that kind of game. But it's also a great day for us socially because we get to hang out the whole day and everyone gets to watch everyone, support everyone, and go back to the club at the end of the day and just celebrate all of our amazing achievements.
I feel like Kate hit everything. Like, it's just a really fun day to celebrate lacrosse kind of throughout the state, and then to be able to celebrate with our own club, and just get the day to hang out with the girls, with the boys, celebrate everything we accomplished over the season. It's just a really fun day. Yeah, like what Kate said, culmination of everything we got to do over the season.
Yeah, great atmosphere.
Now, obviously, the day started off with the win with the under 13s. Tell us a bit about that grand final, okay?
So I was coaching the under 13s grand final, and it was a really big game for us because the first time we played the Glenelg side that we played in that game, we lost by quite a bit. So it was a bit of a comeback for us to kind of finally play on the grand final and get over them then. It was pretty smooth sailing for most of the game, but it was even in the last quarter for a majority of the last quarter, and we got a goal with 2 seconds left to go on the game and won it with that. So it was very stressful, but a very amazing experience.
Now, Kate, I need to ask you this. Considering you had a pretty long day after that 13s game, and obviously you've got to prepare for your own game later on in the day, did you get a chance to celebrate with your 13s team?
Yeah, we did. It's good because the 13s is so much earlier in the morning. There was a good hour before I had to start warming up and getting ready with my team. So we got to have that moment to celebrate it, which was really nice.
To the 15s, tell us about your grand final.
It was a great grand final with Colleen as our coach, one of the state league players, as we were undefeated the whole season. We played Sturt, which was a good game, but obviously came out with a win, and it was a very good team game.
Was there any moment in that grand final, Will, that you thought, okay, we can actually go all the way? Like, you might, I shouldn't say go all the way, like comfortable enough to enjoy the moment?
Yeah, I feel like once we got to halftime, we were up by enough to be able to settle the ball and enjoy us all playing together for one of the last games.
Was it a relief or a celebration considering you went for the whole season undefeated?
It was a good celebration once we got to the end as we were undefeated, but obviously grand final winners is always the overall best feeling.
Move to Div 2 now, obviously on the winner's side of things. So tell us a bit about your grand final.
Our grand final was good. We ended up with the win, although throughout the season we were struggling for players and we weren't doing the best with the wins. But it was good that we reached the Premiership and we ended up with the win against Glenelg. And it was a really good team game and it was just a really good feeling to have the win.
So when did you sort of kind of get it all together to get all the way?
I reckon it was probably like halfway through the season when we started getting more permanent players as we were struggling for numbers at the start. I reckon that was probably when we were starting to get ready for like all the wins and everything upcoming. But yeah, once we started getting all the people showing up every week, training and everything, I reckon that's probably the point. Yeah.
Similar question I've asked pretty much all of the others, because for the other two teams, answer, so I'll get to yourselves. But was there any moment in the grand final that you felt comfortable enough to enjoy the moment?
I honestly don't know. The whole game was very stressful. It felt like a pretty close game against Glenelg, as they're always a big competition. So it was a very stressful game, but it was probably the last quarter or so that I felt a bit more relaxed and I felt that we had the win.
So I know Glenelg is a real rivalry between Brighton and Glenelg. How sweet was it to beat them?
Yeah, it was a pretty good feeling, I would say, to have the win against them. Yeah.
We'll go to Div 1. Tell us a bit about the grand final for the Div 1.
So we were coming up against Glenelg, who we all know, big rival. And it was very like we had lots of close games throughout the whole season. So there were a lot of the stakes were high going into the grand final. And we had a very mixed team of all different ages and experience. So I think coming together in the grand final, we just worked so well as a team. Which we were able to just grow throughout the season together, even though it was a bunch of random people that you wouldn't expect to come together, but we just meshed so well. And even though it was a really, really close game and it was very up and down, but we ended up coming together and just taking out the win, which is great.
Ask you to just ask the Div 2 about their grand final. First part is, how sweet was it to beat Glenelg? And the second part of that question is, when did you get a chance to enjoy the moment?
Oh, it was the best feeling beating Glenelg, like ever. Couldn't even describe it. And enjoying the moment kind of up until the final whistle, and then we could finally just get rid of all that like stress because the game was very close. We got up in the first half and like we felt a bit comfortable. We were able to really work it, and then I think the third quarter got us a little bit, and then we had to really work hard in the fourth quarter, but always enjoying it. But as soon as that whistle went, we were really able to just be in the moment. Yeah.
My favorite state league team who I sponsored the last couple of years now. Tell us about the grand final. I'm pretty sure it was against Glenelg. Oh no, it wasn't. It was against Woodville, wasn't it? The team that you versed in the granny. Tell us a bit about that game against Woodville.
Yeah, it was a super fun game. Woodville's a really gritty team. They really get after it. They're quite physical. So we definitely had to prepare and go into the game with our heads on straight, ready to fight for it. And it ended up being a pretty big fight the whole time through. Very low scoring game for Lacrosse. So that says a lot about how tough they were. But yeah, I think as the Brighton girls just have played together for so long, they really have a lot of lacrosse IQ and experience among them all. So, coming out with a win at the end of the game, I don't think anyone was worried that we weren't going to win, even though it was a low scoring game. So super fun to play, fast, hard, physical. Yeah.
Yeah, it was also great because that was our 7th grand final premiership in a row as a team. So it's been a lot of pressure, obviously, coming into these situations year after year as the total keeps adding up. But I think the team did such a great job of kind of living in that pressure and not letting it impact our performance in a negative way, instead using it to drive our performance and keep pushing through in those tough moments. So even though, like PJ said, it was really low scoring and that was kind of something our team was not really familiar with. We've normally had much higher scoring games, but despite that we always just kept trying and kept pushing and got away with the win. So that was really great.
PJ and Kate, obviously, normally with the State League grand finals, it's always Brighton and Glenelg. Obviously, this year was a bit different, where your opponent was Woodville. Was it nice to have a different team in the grand final that you versed instead of having the same opponent? Obviously, no disrespect to Glenelg.
Yeah, I mean, we play everyone throughout the year, and Woodville and Glenelg were very evenly matched this season. Like every time we watched their games, they would always end within a goal. So it was really close, the competition this year. So it was really great to have this kind of opportunity to play really tough games against more than one opponent, because Woodville have really stepped up this year and become quite a challenge for us. So playing them in the grand final, it was pretty nice to do something different. It's always nice to beat Glenelg though. And what is kind of fun about this is that Woodville was the team that the first state league team beat to go on this 7 premiership run. So it's kind of like a bit of a way back to that first one. But I obviously didn't play in that because I was too little. But yeah, it's been really great to kind of be a part of watching those premierships happen and then also be a part of making it happen later on.
Similar question I'm going to ask. Was there any moment in the grand final that you felt comfortable enough to enjoy the moment and knowing that you were going to win 7?
Well, actually, I feel like maybe most of the game was quite stressful. And again, because of the low scoring, we were not sure about it at any point. But with about a few minutes to go, one of our defenders went on a run, Taylor, and she got a goal and put us 2 goals up. And that was kind of the moment for us where we kind of like had that bit of celebration. Obviously, the game was not done and 2 goals was not a major buffer. So we were still quite concerned. But that I think was the moment for me that we were like, we can really do this.
Yeah. I honestly didn't know the score most of the game, because I just tend to play. It's like, I don't know why, it's not something that usually enters my mind, because I felt like we were playing really, really well and comfortably. Like, I felt like we never were losing control. So I was never worried that we were down. I just didn't realize how close it was. So I think it was a shot from Mel that put us up by 1 goal. And I think it was just a really good play down the field. We all came in. We were all like, okay, guys, we're up by 1. This much time left. Like, we got this. And I think just collectively as a team, we were all like, yeah, we do. So even though it was just 1 goal at that point, I feel like we were very comfortable knowing that we can control the tempo of the game. And then, yeah, with TV getting that last shot, it was just like icing on top of the cake of, yeah, we've got this in the bag.
I'm going to ask the next couple of questions for all of you to answer. The first question is, who got to hold the shield first in your respective teams?
Staley was probably Colleen.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Colleen probably ran to it.
Yeah, she's one of our captains, and her competitive spirit is what drives a lot of the team. She's super competitive, and I think that kind of like inspires the rest of us to really get after it. So it was really great to see the joy in her eyes as she held the premiership for the first time.
And
I think 15s, it was me and Neve, both of the captains, that got to hold the shield first, which was good.
I think for Div 2, I'm pretty sure it was Carly Mangan, which was our captain, basically our second coach. So she well deserved to hold the shield at the end of the game because she was a big help in our team.
In Div 1, it would have been Bron and also probably Beck. They were our captains and great leaders in the team. So seeing them hold it was very inspirational for all of us, and knowing that they've helped us so much during the season, they definitely deserve that moment.
In 13s, we gave it to our 2 best players on the day. That was Jade, who got the last goal of the game, and Sophie, who's been one of our leaders throughout the whole season. So it was really great to have them have their moment at the end after all their hard work throughout the season.
So, Lil, you're the only one in this call that actually got to hold it first. How good was to hold it first before your teammates swarmed onto you?
It's definitely a good feeling getting to hold it first, as the whole season's been leading up to it. And I feel like it was just good to hold it and finally have the season over, but going out with a win and undefeated.
Now, I'm going to ask all 5 of you this question. Did any of you get a chance to the kiss on the shield? Be honest.
No.
I don't think so.
No. Colleen probably.
Yeah, Colleen probably did. I probably have a picture of Colleen doing it. But I didn't kiss it.
No. Didn't cross my mind.
No.
Now, the medals as well. How long did all you wear your medals around your neck for, and did any of you sleep with it? Be honest.
I think it was the whole day.
And the day after as well.
Yeah. I think for the next 3 days it was on at some point. I did not sleep in it. But it definitely was like on the bedside table to be like put back on the next day.
If you did you get a chance to bite on your medal, and if so, was it pure gold on the day?
I did bite it.
Yeah,
as a joke. I did the whole biting, like, look at me, I did that. And it hurt my teeth. So
yeah.
I feel like everyone kind of did it for photos.
Yeah, definitely that night. Everyone celebrating.
Yeah, it may not have been actual pure gold, but it felt like pure gold in the moment.
For those, I'm sure all you've won multiple premierships for Brighton. So I'm gonna ask this question: which of the premierships means a little bit more than the others?
Probably a couple years ago, we played our under 13s grand final, and it went to golden goal with the last I didn't even know how long was left, but it went to golden goal, and I got the last shot, and that was probably like the better moment of all the grand finals.
Yeah, I remember because I got a foul in the last like 30 seconds and then I went to goal and then I think I missed and then Lily got the goal. But like I feel like, well,
It was a better moment because there was like a lot of
effort.
stress and
Yeah, but I think we had lost against them all season, so I think getting that win all together as well was extra special.
That was probably our first grand final.
yeah,
Grand final win
yeah.
together, yeah.
So
I still got pretty fond memories of my first under 13s premiership actually, because I think I've done a lot of my time playing up into teams. So I've won a lot of premierships playing up where I wasn't really the main role on the team, but that 13s one was the first one where I was one of the main contributors on the team and really got to like earn the premiership for the first time. So that was a really special moment for me.
This was actually my first because I was in Queensland prior to this, and we don't really have the whole club system there. And then I played in the States beforehand. So like there's some special moments from the States that I guess are somewhat comparative, but we never made it all the way to the end with my team. So it was really fun to take it all the way to the end and win the essentially conference tournament with the team. And with this team is really awesome because they were really welcoming from the beginning of my time being here. So yeah, this one's going to be really special.
Okay, PJ, I need to ask you a two-part question. The first part is, obviously, we're over here in the US at the moment. Where did you play your college lacrosse?
Yeah, so I did my freshman to my first year at Old Dominion, which is in Norfolk, Virginia. And then I transferred and did my last 3 years at San Diego State University in Southern California.
Which one of those years is like more special for you throughout your college journey?
Yeah, it'd be my senior year, so my last year at San Diego State. I got to be a really big player on the team. And I ended up I personally think I played my best throughout my 4 years of college. My group of girls, so as seniors, were a really, really tight group of girls. We played really well together, so it was fun to do really well with them. We went the furthest that the school has ever gone before in our conference tournament, won a couple of honors, but I think my team ended up voting me the unsung hero, essentially meaning like I didn't have all of the stats on paper, but recognizing my contribution to the team outside of, numbers. So I think that was really special and something that I still hold dear and try to embody as I continue playing lacrosse and staying in the sport. So that was really special.
The first part of the question is, what have all you learnt from each other on and off the field if you played on the same team?
I think I've probably played with everyone here at one point, most of these three in my junior career and PJ obviously this year. I think, do you want me to do one for every individual?
Yeah, preferably.
All right. So something that inspired me about Emily was her ability to drive to goal and stick with things. So as she was often playing up into my teams, she wasn't afraid to go to goal and we'd always pass to her and she'd do some really incredible things. So I think what I took away from watching Em play is that I shouldn't be afraid to take opportunities. Something I've learned from Lily is that running hard really does make a difference because Lil just runs all the time. She does everything with such strength. So I'm really impressed with that. And because my strengths don't really lie in my strength as much. I'm more of an agile kind of light person, but Lily's really strong. And so that's something I really admire and would love to kind of work towards. Grace I played with her last year. And what's inspired me about Grace is her ability to learn. So I think throughout the season, like from the start of the season to the end of the season, Grace improved so much. And like she was just always open at training and listening and being ready to take anything on. And anytime I gave her feedback or a coach gave her feedback, she'd be right on it. So that was really incredible. PJ, I think, has taught me a lot, even though it's only been a short time. I think what's inspired me about PJ is her positive outlook towards the game. She's always ready to have a joke or like keep a kind of positive attitude no matter what direction the game's going. Like I remember there was one game this season where we went down by like 5 goals in the first quarter in the first 5 minutes, and it was the worst point of the season. But PJ was just so determined, and like everyone was really gathering around each other, and it made it was really inspiring and really made me want to play my part as well.
Yeah, I haven't played with everyone here. Like I haven't played with Grace, and then like I don't think I've practiced and trained with you, but I haven't played in a game. But I think what's really inspiring is from what I've seen of everyone playing, from watching games, is just the passion that everyone has for lacrosse. And then within that, you can see how everyone wants to win, but not only win, but play super well and play together and learn more about the game. And the lacrosse IQ that's, you know, in the juniors and that comes up as into the senior level is just really inspiring and awesome to see, particularly as someone who is a bit older, and to just see that it's still there and it's thriving, and it's going to be amazing to see these girls play as they get older, especially with what lacrosse has in store for it. So I think that's just been awesome to see, and to watching you guys love the game just reminds me how much I love the game.
I think overall I played with all of them, which has been great. But I feel like from playing with them, I've learned that like it's okay to win and lose, but all of them take it both ways. Like if they lost, they still take it in a positive way, and being passionate to get the ball and having like a strong body going to goal and everything like that, and always listening to the coach. I've always learned from all of them.
I've probably played with Emily and Lily probably as long as I've started playing lacrosse, and just probably seeing them like improve over the years and the commitment that they have to the sport. It's something that I find really, really inspirational. I played with Kate last year, so my first and only year with Kate, and she was just a really good leader in the team. She'd always give you heaps of feedback. She was really supportive, and very committed as well. So it was probably, helped me improve last year. And I haven't played with PJ, but I would say coming all the way over here from America and then like coaching a state team and playing in the state league team, it's just really brave and inspirational to come over here and do that.
And I'll say for Kate. Kate is just, she puts in so much effort. I always see her down here, and she always puts in the extra mile to be the best player. She takes on lots of roles around the club as well, like coaching, and is always open. Like if I ever have a question or unsure of something, I feel like I can always go to her, and she'll just help me and want me to improve. PJ was one of our coaches this year, and I was able to learn so much from her. And I think having all that experience, she really was able to like teach us so many new things, which was great. Me and Grace, we started in the same year, and we've just gone through it all together. We've improved together. We've always been on the same teams. It's been great. And me and Lily, we love playing together. We have so much fun. She's very competitive, which I think makes me want to be better, and she won't let me slack, and she wants me to be the best that I can be. So
you coached the 13s, playing and won a premiership in the state league. Which one of those is more fulfilling?
I think they're both quite fulfilling, but in different ways, because that under 13s premiership was my first time, me and my friend Jade, who's also in the state league team, who coached with me. That was our first time coaching a team that played in a premiership, so it was a new experience. So it was quite fulfilling to know that we didn't like completely mess up, number one, and that we have what it takes and can really do that. And it's inspired me to kind of look towards taking more of those roles in the future. But nothing can really top playing, I think, for me. And especially with the state league squad, having been a part of the premierships for the last 3 years has been just so incredible. And it feels like better and better every time we win, every time we play. So it's just something really special and very fulfilling.
PJ, I think someone mentioned that you also coached as well and also played. Which one was more
Yeah.
fulfilling for you?
Well, I think so. I coached Div 1 and then played State League. Um, I think there are a couple of times where, because of scheduling conflicts, I wasn't able to be there to coach the Div 1 girls. So I think it's incredible what they were able to do, having kind of that not completely consistent coach at every game since I needed to go play. So I'd probably say, like, to me, my playing and winning the Premiership is a state league, but only because I don't want to take away from the girls what they were able to accomplish without having me there on the day as a coach. One of like our great friends, Cass, an amazing player, stepped in, which was awesome. But I think it's a real testament to the coaching that they did for themselves between each other, that brought them to finish and to win that game. So I wouldn't want to take that away from them.
But for the other three, what does the sport of lacrosse mean to all of you, and especially being part of Brighton?
Well, I grew up here. I think ever since I can remember, I was waddling around as a little toddler around the old club rooms, and seeing my dad and my brother and my sister have such a passion for the game, it really inspired me. I also kind of had no choice but to play the sport. I didn't really get to choose, but I'm so glad that my family is so passionate, and it's really like that we all share the same passion because we're able to like build such a good community here, and nothing compares to the Brighton community. It feels like family here, and I can't wait to grow old with like all the people that I've been with the whole time. So yeah.
I think it's just a really good team sport because in the Brighton Lacrosse Club, there's so many families that are like all connected and all really close. And yeah, it's a really good community to be brought into. Like I started in under 11s, and I would say it's just everyone made you feel really welcome as soon as you started, and that you know so many people that you're already connected to play the sport. So it's just good to have those connections as you become like even closer with the club.
Yeah. I think lacrosse for me has really opened a lot of doors. It helped me with colleges. It helped me here in Australia. I've met so many new people, moved states because of it. So I think it just really opened doors and allowed me another avenue to meet new people and try new things and really push myself, and see what I'm capable of and what I can do with a bit of grit and determination, which has really helped outside of lacrosse as well. And then I think coming into the Brighton lacrosse family, as everyone said, it is a family, and everyone was super welcoming from the beginning. Very eager to make you feel at home. Everyone's here to push each other. We love each other. We'll get in fights and we'll make up and then we'll love each other again. Like it just really is an amazing big family. And I think particularly for me, having like living in a country completely away from my family, it's awesome to have that around.
What would be your advice to people that should head down to the most successful club in the land, in Brighton Lacrosse Club for next season? Or actually, I'm pretty sure you got a midweek game at the moment.
Yeah, I think whether you want to be a player, whether you just want to watch, whether you want to contribute to the game in some other way, we are so open to that. And I think that anyone can find a place here and find their role. So I would encourage anyone that's even interested. We often get passers-by like stopping like, what on earth are you doing? Because if you haven't seen lacrosse before, it might be a bit weird. So we're always welcoming, encouraging them, like showing them what it's all about. And if anyone wants to stop by, like we'd be more than happy to have them.
Kate summed it up. Everyone's welcome. We want everyone here. There's a role for everyone, no matter what it is. It's an inclusive game, an inclusive sport, and an inclusive club.
If you have brothers and sisters that play the sport, who's the better lacrosse player? Be honest.
Okay, well, people would say that it's my brother, but you know, I haven't. He's a bit older, so I reckon once I'm his age, I'll be better, I promise.
And I've got my brother as well, but he's in under 15. So I would say I am, just because I've been able to accomplish more with the years that I've been in lacrosse. Yeah.
My sister played lacrosse for a year or two. In high school, I'm definitely better. It's just a fact. I'm definitely better. She's better at other things. I take lacrosse.
This part goes to PJ and Kate, considering I sponsored the state league team the last couple of years. How's special is it to have Smash FM as one of the team sponsors for the state league team?
Yeah, I think especially being it's such an obscure sport and women's sport in particular, it's been really great to have support and recognition from Smash FM. Like this is something that I never thought I'd kind of do when we looked up to what was happening in state league and Brighton Lacrosse years ago. This kind of stuff wasn't happening. So it's really great to kind of see this recognition and have a platform and have this support from Smash FM to really be able to do what we love and continue doing what we love and share what we love with other people all around the world. Oh yeah, I've got my Smash FM top on now. It's got the which side is it? On the side.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so repping the Smash FM top. Love to see it. So
Yeah.
very proud of it.
Yeah. No, it's awesome to have support. I think, like Kate said, it's a smaller sport, particularly in Australia. So just being able to talk about it, get it out there, have people hear about it, start the conversation. It's awesome.
Okay, now I'm going to ask the other three that I haven't asked yet this question. Do either you have any future ambitions to hopefully come over to the US or even to represent the country or in the future?
I definitely feel like some of us in Brighton definitely have the ambition to go to college in America and play over there, as it's obviously not an opportunity you would get every day. So it's something that everyone has looked up to, as many of our Brighton players have gone over to college. And I feel like everyone definitely wants to play in higher grades, such as like the Australian team or even like an SA senior team, which is still quite a big deal to be a part of.
Yeah, us three, we've all already represented South Australia in the under-15 tournament. And so I think getting a taste of that really boosts our ambition to go further. So we would love to rep the Australian colours when we're older. And even though I probably won't go to America, but I know my brother is he loves the game, and I know he would definitely inspire to go over. So I think I'll always love the sport, and I love watching games over there as well, because it's really the highest level that we can get to. So it's great to see that.
I think because us three at the moment are trialing for under 18s state team. So I really think having the under 15s tournament experience really put our foot in the door for going to a higher level, and also having players in South Australia and particularly from our club represent under 20s in Australia. I feel like that would be a really big inspiration for us to go to the higher levels, playing not for just our state as well, but also our country.
Now, obviously, lacrosse sevens, I think, is going to be in the Olympics over here in the US in 4 years' time. Is that something either you think you're doing, or even maybe be involved in box lacrosse?
Yeah, I think the Olympic news was something that was really exciting to everybody. And the sixes format of the game is super fast paced and super aggressive, super fun. So it would be a really great fun time, as well as such an honor to be able to represent lacrosse on the world stage and get that kind of recognition and show everyone else what's so great about lacrosse. So being a part of that personally is a goal of mine and something that I would really love to be able to do.
Yeah, we just actually finished a game, and we're going to do another one in a second in the sixes format, and it's definitely fun that we're starting to get a taster of what that format's like. And I think it definitely improves our skills, because it is, while having the same skill set, it is different tactics. And I think by introducing this competition, everyone gets a little taste of it, and we can really inspire to go to the Olympics, because that would just be incredible.
I feel like I definitely would want to play in the Olympics, as I quite enjoy playing sixes. It's a fast movement game. I guess I still enjoy playing the normal version with a lot more on the field, but I feel like it's a bit more game plan, having to like run more and having more like having to sub quicker, which is always fun to do.
I think it would be a really great achievement to play in the Olympics with the sixes team, because it's not only just like in the normal version, you are most likely a set position on the field, which is where you're most dominant. But in sixes, you do play a bit of mid, attack, and defense. So I think you get a taste of every position, which can just overall benefit your strength and skill with the game.
Yeah, I'm not Australian at the moment. I'm trying to, I love this country and I want to move here and I want to get permanent residency and all of that. So if that pans out, I would love to give a shot at the Olympics. And I love Australia. It's my home now. So I'd love to be able to represent it like as a choice. But I think what's really awesome about the sixes Olympic inclusion is what that's done for all lacrosse across the country and kind of the development that's being put in place from the junior level up that will benefit box field sixes and just in general we're going to see a massive growth in the game of lacrosse. So it's really awesome to see all of that happening off the back of the sixes inclusion in the Olympics.
All five of you, thank you so much for giving up some of your time to join us. Congratulations on the amazing achievement that your respective teams have done in 2024. And I will be over there again in Adelaide to support my favourite Brighton Lacrosse club again next year in 2025, and can't wait to see where hopefully another successful year and hopefully more premierships coming down there to Brighton in the 2025 season.
Yeah, hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Working hard already.
Thank
you
very much.
No worries. And of course, if you want to get involved down there at the Brighton Lacrosse Club, because one of the best clubs out there in the country, because we'll put all the details up on how you can get involved down there on the bay. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.